Welcome to Math Learners Uganda. Let us look at how we can solve quadratic equations by factorization method. A quadratic equation is an equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a is not equal to 0. If a is not equal to 0, then an equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0 is a quadratic equation. For an example is the x squared plus 4x plus 3 equals to 0, x squared minus 9 equals to 0, etc. etc. Let us look at example 1 on how we can solve quadratic equation by factorization method. Example 1 is we want to solve x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals to 0. So what do we do here? We compare with the general form of a quadratic equation, that is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. If we compare, remember the coefficient of x squared is 1. So our a is 1, b is negative 3, and c is 2. So the first step you do is you multiply a with c. Multiply a with c. So a times c, a is 1 and c is 2. So ac, that is a times c, will give us 2. So you look for the factors of 2 that gives you negative 3, that is b. Look for 2 factors of ac that gives you b. So you begin by creating 2 brackets here with the x and 2 brackets here with the x. Then the 2 factors of AC that gives negative 3. Let us look for the factors of 2. Here we have 1 times 2, and that will give us 2. And if we make them negative, then we shall have negative 1, negative 2, that will give us positive 2. So in this bracket you put negative 1, in this bracket you put negative 2, then you equate to 0. So this will give us this bracket, the product of the brackets here means either x minus 1 is 0 or x minus 2 is 0, because if we make this 0, then we multiply with x minus 2, we shall get 0. Or if we make this 0, then if we multiply 0 with x minus 1, we shall still get 0. So that is the meaning of those 2 brackets. Or all of them can also be 0. So we can say x minus 1 equals to 0, or x minus 2 equals to 0. Making x the subject, we shall have x equals to 1 or x equals to 2. Example number 2. Example number 2. We want to also solve x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals to 0. So we have here to compare with ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. When we compare, still we have the coefficient of x squared as 1, so we shall have a equals to 1, b equals to 7, and c equals to 10. So when we multiply a with c, we shall multiply a with c to get 10. Look for the factors of 10 that gives us b, that is 7. Meanwhile, you must first create 2 brackets, x, and then x then equals to 0. So the factors of 10 that we have 1 times 10, but this when we add we don't get 7, we get 11. Then 2 times 5 will also give us 10. This one when we add these two factors we get 7. So we take the factors 2 and 5. We take 2 and 5. So in this bracket you write positive 2, and this bracket you write positive 5, and you equate to 0. Like I said, the two brackets here means either one of them is 0 or two of them are 0. So we shall have x plus 2 equals to 0, or x plus 5 equals to 0. This will give us x equals to negative 2, or x equals to negative 5. That was the second example.